Okay, good day everyone. So my name is Awang SHAIDPUTRA bin Awang LAHAP and my metric number is BB25110-153. Alright, let's look at the main idea of what is actually happening in this story. The whole plot revolves around a young country boy named Robin who arrived in the city expecting an easy life. Instead, he gets a massive loss of innocence. Welcome to the reality of society. The city is cold, confusing, and completely unbothered by his presence. By the time the night ends, his illusions are shattered, forcing him into a stage of independence and maturity. This drive homes the outer message Hawthorne is telling us that people must learn to rely on themselves. You can't just cause on a family name. Growing up requires a facing challenge and figuring out who you are when your safety nets disappear. So, my personal opinions align right with this present. The story teaches us not to depend too much on other people. Patrons and powerful relatives can lose their status overnight. If you want to survive, you have to build your own foundation and become independent.
Good morning and hello everyone. My name is Mohammad Irfan bin SAMSUL. Today I would like to present my Kinsman Major Molinex. The story is about a young man named Robin who traveled to a colonial town to find the relative. Major Molinex. Robin hoped that his relative will help him have a better life. However, he meets many unfriendly people, and in the end, he sees Major Molinex being publicly humiliated by an angry crowd. This experience teaches Robin to become more independent and mature. The plot is clear and easy to follow because it focuses on Robin's journey. Henley Hawthorne explains the event will be described Robin's feeling and experience, which help readers understand the story better. Robin is a well-developed character, and the colonial town is described clearly, making it easy to imagine the setting. The story developed in chronological order, so it is simple to understand. Overall, my Kinsman, Major Molinex is an interesting story that teaches us the importance of independence, maturity, and learning from life challenges. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, before I'm going to start my part, let me introduce myself. My name is Mohammad Irfan bin JAAFAR and my cut metric is BB25110-317. For this section, I would like to talk about our favorite character, which is Robin. So Robin is a young man who travels to a colonial town to look for his relative, which is Major Molinex. So we chose Robin as our favorite character because he's a brave guy, curious and determined. Throughout the story, he faced a lot of challenge while searching for his kinsman. Even though he is inexperienced and unfamiliar with the town, he continues his journey and learns valuable lessons about independence and maturity. So for part proof, for the first question, how does the author show the main message? So the author shows the main message through Robin's journey and personal growth. Robin comes to town expecting Major Molinex to help him succeed, but instead he faces rejection, confusion, and disappointment. Through this experience, Robin learns that he cannot always depend on others and must become independent. For the next question, what parts of the story support this? Several events support this message. Robin travels alone to seek help from Major Molinex, but many townspeople refuse to help him. Despite these obstacles, he continues searching throughout the night. The turning point occurs when he sees Major Melenic's being publicly humiliated, which teaches him an important lesson about independence and maturity. Next, are the characters' action or event believable? Yes, the character actions and events are believable within the historical setting of the story. Robin behaves like an experienced young man who trusts others and hopes for a better future. His feeling of confusion, fear, and disappointment are realistic and relatable. In addition, the townspeople's suspicious behavior reflects the social and political tension of that period. For the last question, does anything in the story seem different from other books or your ideas? Yes, this story is different from many other coming-of-age stories. Instead of achieving success with the help of powerful relatives, Robin learns an important life lesson through disappointment. And also Houghton, which is the author, also used symbolism and mystery to create deeper meaning. This combination of history, symbolism, and personal growth makes the story unique and memorable.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today I will explain the story of my Kinsman Major Moinius. The story is organized around Robin's journey to a colonial town. He follows his search for his relative, Major Moinius, from the moment he arrived until the final skin. Throughout the story, Robin experienced different encounters that help him grow as a person. Each event gradually builds suspense and lead to the climax of the story. The story has a clear beginner, middle, and end. In the beginner, Robin arrived in town looking for a Major Moinius. He expects his relative to help him find success and a better future. In the middle, Robin met several town pupils during his search. However, instead of helping him, many of them confused, reject, or mislead him. As a result, Robin feels frustrated and insulated, but he continues searching throughout the night. In the end, Robin finally discovers what happened to Major Moinius. He witnessed his relative being publicly humiliated by an angry crowd. This shocking moment became an important lesson for Robin about independence and maturity. The events are mostly easy to follow because they happen in chronological order. Either can clearly follow Robin's journey and understand the challenge he faces. Although some symbolic elements require deeper interpretation, the main plot remains understandable and engaging. In conclusion, the story structure adequately supports Robin's personal growth and makes the story interesting to it. Thank you.
Let me introduce our author, Nathaniel Houghton. He was a prolific American writer who first published this story in 1832. As indicated by the arrow here, he was originally from Salem, Massachusetts. Interestingly, he was born on the 4th of July, 1804, American Independence Day. Two of his most famous and celebrated works here are the Scarlet Letter and The House of Seven Gables. Now, does knowing about his background actually matter? Absolutely. Understanding Houghton helps us to see this story. My Kinsman Major Melenic's is much more than just a literal narrative. Houghton is deeply knowing for exploring moral challenge and using a powerful symbolism. This means we can interpret Robin's quotes not just physical independence, material and broader social change. Knowing that the author truly gives us a much richer lens to understanding his work. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Next I will present the book and explain why it's unique. My Kinsman Major Minus is a short story written by Nathan Upton. It can be classified as historical fiction because it is set in colonial America. At the same time, it contains elements of mystery because Robin spent most of the story searching for Major Mayonnaise without knowing what has happened to him. The story follows some common features of historical fiction and coming-of-age story. It takes place in a realistic historical setting and reflects the social issues of the period. However, unlike many traditional stories, the ending focuses on personal growth rather than a simple happy ending. What makes this story special is that Robin does not achieve success from others. Instead, he learns an important lesson about becoming independent after facing disappointment. This makes the story different from many other coming-of-age stories. Another unique aspect is author's use of symbolism and psychology element. The mysteries and atmosphere encourage readers to think beyond the suspense story and discover deeper meaning. The combination of historic symbolism and personal growth makes the story memorable and thought-provoking. Overall, the story teaches valuable lessons about independence, maturity, and understandability. For this reason, I will recommend this story to others. Thank you for listening.
Okay, now moving on into the actual lesson from the story. What can we take away from Robin Chaotic Night? First lesson is harsh, but true. Society can be cruel. Robin is mocked by strangers all night, and the climax show a proud old man brutally fettered and dragged through the street by a screaming mob. Because in the world is unpredictable. So the second lesson is that people must become independent. Robin fancy family connection got him absolutely nowhere. He realized your name won't save you. You have to forge your own path. Third is growing up means understanding reality. It is about seeing a past that fake smile and seeing a human nature for what it is truly, even it is painfully. To wrap it up, here is our recommendation. Yes, we would recommend this story because it gives a meaningful lesson about life and maturity. It doesn't give you a cheesy fairy tale ending. It gives you a gritty, realistic blueprint of what it actually takes up to grow up. So thank you.